Hello and welcome back to another OMNIHEROES video. In this video we're just going to have a look at the defensive lineup and offensive lineup that I've got going on at the moment for Supremacy. You do need 9 teams in order to get through to Supremacy, or even in Challenger 1 as well. So it's just something to consider. So the first team that I've gone for all Avengers, and I do have 4 Monarchs on the team and Fenrir as well. Just thought it would be best to get as much protection as possible for this team, and as you can see I am using Cleo in this particular lineup as well to get that 4th Monarch synergy for the Avengers. So I do have Isis. Isis is a very powerful unit in that she does keep bringing units back from either your side or the enemy side and populates as many of these spaces as possible with those units. There is also something else to take into consideration. She does buff the team as well. So the more units on the battlefield that die, the better off you will be effectively, because every time every time a unit on the battlefield dies, Isis does grant the entire team an attack and HP up as well. We do have Mavis on the team, a staple in the Avengers diet. It is a she is a very strong unit. What she does is on her death, she will effectively take out as many enemies as possible by dealing damage equal to her ultimate damage to all enemies. And typically that is much more effective against Dooms, and it's much more effective against Mystifiers, and primarily because when Mavis does go down, she will take others down with her as well. You do also have Aphrodite on the team as well. Aphrodite, a very strong unit and one for stealing enemies. So what she does is when a unit dies, any unit on the battlefield dies, she will proc her ultimate, which is not very uncommon, to say the least. You will see that multiple times over the course of a match, so long as she does survive. But she also does a lot of damage as well, especially against Mystifiers. It's because of the amount of debuffs that she removes. So whenever she does her ultimate, she'll remove debuffs equal to and gain attack equal to, I think it's 1,000 attack per debuff removed, something along those lines. So you can get a massive increase in attack. We've got Cleopatra here on the back row for the attack up, or the ultimates that she casts, her pledge on the rest of the units, increasing their attack by 60% of Cleopatra's own attack. So getting her attack up is effectively the best way to do as much damage as possible. And Fenrir here, also the latest Avenger to be released. She is a very powerful tool in that every time we hit an enemy, specifically for Aphrodite, every time we hit an enemy, you will get an attack and HP boost as well. And I believe every time a unit performs their ultimate, they also get they get their HP increase from casting ultimates, and they get attack increases from hitting enemies. So 50% chance anyway. So there is that. Now for relics, I've gone for the double attack. I've gone for Maggot's Hammer for that indirect damage, and as well the Hand of Tyr for additional protection and attack increases. I've gone for just the standard Avengers attack increase by 300%, so that we can get as much damage on the field as possible. Now the next team that we're going to go for, we are looking at, the Valianters. So this is the new Valianters build. If you don't have a copy of Victoria, then adding Atrops in instead may be best for you, or particularly Elma or Ra if you do have a copy of Ra. But I found Victoria on this team is very strong. You do have Pandora, one of the most broken DPS units, if not the most broken DPS unit in the game on the team. We have Leandra, so that when when any summon appears on the battlefield, Leandra will perform her ultimate attack. Odin is here to remove Holy Shields, which just propels Pandora into the stratosphere because you don't have to worry about the Holy Shield getting in the way of Pandora's attack. Then Hades is here for the 35% execution limit, as well as the damage increase, damage reduction increase that he provides as part of his passive. And he also does steal enemies as well in the form of his Soul Devour, which will, unlike other summons, he will instead absorb the unit into himself, and then every between 2 and 4 rounds he will do the same thing. So a very powerful unit indeed. We also have the Underworld Key. We have Plague Bow and Knight's Edge as our relics. For the attack increase, the Holy Shields and the stun value that this gives can be a very, very powerful weapon. And we do have, at the start of round 1, allies gain 500% additional damage, effective only in PvP. Now, for these teams, for the first 6 teams, I have gone with the basic 6 factions. And the reason for that is because I found that they just work much better than if you're trying to combine factions. It can work if you do have the part of the Holy Tree, the Hope Tree, that gives you the additional +1. So effectively here we have 6 Valianters on the team. So if I were to take out Odin or any of these, this would remain at 5 Valianters, and I could pop another 2 units in here to get effectively the +4 buff for Valianters and a +3 buff for a different set of units. But again, I found that it's just easier for me if I go through teams like this. So we do also have the next team. I have gone for Glorians. For me, Glorians have come back very, very strong with the inclusion of Jormungand and Hela as well. Hela, the reason that I've gone for Hela on this particular team is so we can get the 4 Monarchs and the 5 Royal synergy. If you were to take Hela out, you would put Lily and Leah in instead, or Lee in this position, and they would do an okay job, but you wouldn't get that 5 Royal buffs. We also have Thunders as well to do additional damage. This is, I believe, the strongest synergy this season of the seasonal synergies, just because of the additional attack. It does occasionally get around dodge as well, so can be a very powerful tool. We also have Hela and Jormungand as our celestial, as our deviant units, and we have 3 Celestials: Wuzatan, Audrey, and Talinas. Now, Audrey is on the front line because basically she is the tank of the team, and the reason for that is every time shields are applied, they will apply to the rest of the team. Talinas is here for the stun effect or potential stun effect, and Wuzatan is here for the damage increase and damage reduction, plus she also applies that Phantom Illusion effect as well to steal enemies on her ultimate attack, which can proc in round 1 if you do get the correct dodges in place. Now, I have gone for the Feather as well, so at the start of battle applies stun for the first round. It just allows us to get out of that round 1, and for Hela's oath to, or Hela's, not oath, her pledge to kick in properly. We also have the chest. We have Kunasagi, and we have the Exorcism Cauldron as well for damage prevention. The additional damage goes a very long way from Kunasagi, and we do get that to proc twice as well with the chest, and the chest is there to remove relic energy from enemies. So we move into Team 4. We do have Leviathan, Arthur, Halissa, Adalia, and Behemoth. I have Leviathan, Halissa, and Behemoth as my Monarch synergy for the team, so that we do survive for as long as possible. Halissa will also provide an additional 500% to Leviathan, Halissa, and Behemoth. And we also, on the front row, have Arthur and Dahlia, increasing their HP just passively through the first tree as well. So as you can see, this is 4 of 5, this is 4 of 5, so I'm getting a total of 580% for this front slot as well. So a very powerful tool indeed. I've also gone for the attack, or increase the attack of Doomsdayers by 300% for this team, so that when Arthur and Dahlia do switch, there's more of a buff for Arthur here. And again, Leviathan here to reflect attacks back. Behemoth to speed our team up as well by 50 speed. Plus we do have the Moonlight Spear, or the Ocean's Maw, whatever you want to call it. You have the Stun Hammer, and you also have Famine Scales for additional healing. As you can see, no healing on this team, so we do kind of rely on that relic to get us our Grace of Hunters as well. So just something to keep in mind. That is how I've gone ahead and built my Dooms team. Now I've got a second Avengers team here. I do have 5 Royals, 5 Avengers, 4 Phantoms, 3 Deviants, and 2 Celestials. No seasonal synergy this time, unfortunately. Just doesn't marry up very well, these units. But you do have Hecate on the front row. We are looking to get as many heals in for Hecate as possible. Wing Jung does that occasionally on his passive by healing the team. We have Janna on the front row. Janna is our rock in this situation. We are looking to get as much as many of these strangers summoned as possible. Firstly, to power up Nerissa, but also to power up Janna and her attacks as well. And we have Althea for her 7-star passive of allowing Avengers to come back right away. We also have the 4 Phantoms on the team in Wing Jung, Althea, Nerissa, and Janna, so that if our units do go down, they do have a chance of coming straight back. Now we do have with relics. Relic-wise, we do have the Flame Banner. We have the Sphere for healing purposes, specifically for Hecate. And we also have the Umbra Torch to provide the Fortitude effect for Hecate as well, so that she can survive for as long as possible, do as much damage as possible as well. And finally, just gone for the heal. So at the start of each round, allies restore 25% HP, and that is to allow our Grace of Hunters to build up. Again, we are looking to provide as much healing as possible for Hecate, so that whenever she receives healing, I believe she increases her attack or gets an attack stack, which eventually will trigger the invincibility part of her passive. Much easier to get than Gaia's, I tell you now. Speaking of Gaia, we do have all Mystifiers. I do have Tiamat, Catherine, Mulan, Tsukiyomi, and Gaia as well. I do have Mulan, who hits only back row, so we'll apply burn to the back row. We have Tsukiyomi, who applies burn to the front row, so we hit all of the units on the enemy team. We have Gaia as well to apply burn to random miscellaneous units. Tiamat is here as our tank. She will tank 90% of the damage that is done to her, and also heals it back as well, converts that damage that she should have received into healing. It's going to be very, very powerful when I do get her exclusive runes unlocked, so that she can heal the rest of the team as well. We have Catherine on the team, so every time she receives healing, which we will do at the start of every round, she will also then provide attack increases for the rest of the team. So just something to keep in mind. Relics we've gone for, and Gaia as well. Gaia is here to buff the rest of the team, damage increase and damage reduction wise as well. Tsukiyomi is there for attack and defense stealing from opponents to make it easier for our team to defeat the enemy. Now we have Raz Bark. Again, I'm only using it for the 100 relic energy. I don't particularly see a value in the Karmic Fire part of the passive or the Flaming part of the passive. It is what it is. It's just there as a Mystifier's 100 relic energy. We have the Python's Mirror, so if, say for example, our entire team goes down, we do have a chance to bring some of them back. And we also have the most recent relic, a new one coming out on Friday, but this is Gleipnir. After casting the relic, immediately resets the cooldown of all backline allies. So for me, Mulan, Tsukiyomi, and Gaia on their first attacks will do their ultimates. It is a very powerful relic, and I would not underestimate just how powerful it is. And artifact-wise, just the 300% Mystifiers increase in damage. Now, I'm moving on to the Ethereals. So this is team number 7. We have Elisha, Lilith, Amaterasu, Karnak, and Elisha. We have the increase in crit damage from here, and also the I believe it's freezing point that this applies. So the more freezing points that this the more freezing points we've applied to enemies, the stronger our ultimate attacks become. So a very powerful combo with the Excalibur, which increases our crit rate. So we've got crit damage here, we've got crit rate here, and we've got max HP here, increases as well. So Karnak is here for the healing. Lilith is here for the invincibility. She does that every other round. And also on the rounds she's not providing invincibility, she's providing a 200% attack and HP increase for the rest of the team. We have Amaterasu here, who again increases the amount of crit damage done. So it is all about hitting those crits as much as possible. Elisha here to pump the team up with her attack and HP every time we get a crit. And we have Eudora, of course, our main damage dealer. And I've gone for the first 3 rounds of battle. Allies take 50% less damage. So we move into the 8th team. This is basically all monarchs. I've gone for Astrid, I've gone for Dullahan and Talos as my mystifiers, and I've gone for Vittoria and Macaria as well as our Valianters. So as you can see here, I've got 4 mystifiers, 3 Ouroboros, which in fact is reasonably powerful. Allied heroes recover 10% HP at the start of every round so that we can power ourselves up as much as possible, and 3 Valianters as well. Relic wise, I've gone for a mix of Valianters and Mystifiers relics. There is a full set of Valianters and Mystifiers relics, but I think these are going to work better, to be honest. The reason that I think that is the Death Scythe will proc right at the start of battle. It allows us to start building up towards our Vanquisher or the Scissors, but it purifies 1 random debuff from allies as well, prioritizing the strongest one. So if one of your units is stunned and this goes off, it'll remove the stun effectively. And then I also have the Dragon Blood Roar as well, so increase the max HP of all allies by 100%. And gain flaming points as well. But this team has done much better than I thought it would do. I was really under the impression this was one of the weakest teams, but in fact I found it to be one of the strongest teams. It's weird to think. So Macaria is in this 5th position because of the damage boost that we do get. Dullahan will get an attack increase, Astrid will get a damage reduction, and Talos and Vittoria will both get HP increases as well. And the artifact I've gone for is the HP increase as well, so we get a max HP of 100% or an additional 100% right from the start of battle. Allows us to survive that first round as well. And the final team, it looks a bit weird, I know, but it is a mix of, it's basically the strikers from the Glorians team. You've got Chang, Seraphina, and Ra as our Valiant striker, and then you've got Elma and Bahamut. The reason that Elma is on the back row is because of opposing Aphrodites. Typically what you'll see is Elma will survive for a reasonable amount of time against opposing Aphrodites, which will give Bahamut and Ra the chance to attack. We have Chang, who can steal enemies. We have Seraphina here to increase our attack and defense, and the way she does that is through the heal for Grace of Hunters. Ra is here to take as much damage as possible for the entire team. Now I've gone for all Glorians relics here, so I've gone for Spear, gone for Shield, and also gone for the Blades of Chaos as well, just because it was the last one on the list, and I don't have any other ethereal relics to speak of. Just the Doom's Glorians, but no final Chrono relic for ethereals, or and no middle relic for Valianters either. I could take Spear out and pop Crown in, so something like this. Then we miss out on the ethereals proc as well. So I am going to keep the Sylvan Shield in here just for additional protection. And the final one I've gone for is increase the attack by all allies by technically 100%, but this one at its base level will just be increased attack by 50%. So those are the teams that I'm going to run. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to pause and I'll jump into a match where we can see all 9 teams in action. So bear with me. Okay, so this first, this is the team, or this is the match where we do have all 9 teams in action. So I wanted to go through. If we do get to the point where it's pretty obvious who's going to win and who's going to lose, then I will be, I'll go ahead and skip. But in this one specifically, we are looking to see which one is better. effectively? Is it going to be a mix of Dooms and Ethereals? Dooms and Avengers, or is it going to be our team here, which is just all Avengers? Now, I do already know the results of these, but what I'm going to say is that Bahamut is a really strong unit when paired alongside other units that do want to go first as well. Like, for example, we've got Aphrodite here. So if one of our units were to go down, then this Aphrodite would proc first because she's got the higher speed. And if it is a tie in speed, then the Aphrodite who starts the battle, or the attacker, will gain that advantage as well. Something else to note is we do have an opposing Halissa on the team who's going to give HP buff up to Isis, to Behemoth, and to Aphrodite, as well as herself. Not Aphrodite. Yeah, it is Aphrodite, as well as to herself. Now, something else to note, we have been taunted as well. So we won't, or we shouldn't be able to perform our super attacks or our ultimate attacks. The reason that we perform our ultimate attacks here is because the enemy has dodged, we've dodged an enemy attack, which does allow for us to perform those ultimate attacks. But as it stands at the moment, we just have no way of performing the ultimate attacks, which is a bit of a shame, to be honest. And no units have died either, which will stop our Aphrodite from proccing. Well, there we go. So we do have Mavis in here. It can be a very effective tool if she is not the first one to go down. The more units that die on the battlefield, the better off you'll be, effectively. So we do proc ours first. Our Aphrodite does go first because we have stunned enemy units as well. So just something to keep in mind. Stun is a very powerful tool, and as you can see, we are currently waiting on our units to be revived, and we do get the execute as well on Halissa, but it looks like she's going to come back at the end of the next round anyway, so we'll have to see. Yeah, and here we go. So we do get our relics to proc as well, which will give us a double attack. Unfortunately, Hindrance has stopped us from doing that as well, but we are still applying that karmic fire every time we attack, and we can finally get into our ultimates as well. So just something to keep in mind there. We don't get taunted this round because we are in round 3, but we do have Hindrance applied as well, and our Mavis gets stolen again. Unfortunate. But we should be able to steal an enemy unit back here. And it looks like we've got hold of Arthur, sometimes a key unit in the lineup. But for this one in particular, I don't suspect. Sorry, just going to plug myself in here. But yeah, I don't suspect Arthur in this particular matchup is the key unit. And we are looking to... yeah. As you can see, we've got a Fenrir and we've got a Mavis as well. And we've also got another Fenrir over here. The reason for that is she's bugged at the moment. It's been bugged for quite some time. And her sprite just sticks around. So even if this Fenrir does go down, it doesn't matter. Not really. Because her sprite's still going to stick around. It's a real pain, to be honest. We do get this miss. That is quite a huge miss, but unfortunately I don't think it's going to be enough, especially with Behemoth on the enemy team. But we got relatively close. We can, enemy Aphrodite is going to attack the front row. She's a very, very powerful unit, especially if she's going first. So giving her the priority to go first is probably best. I think we've seen enough of this. I think it's just going to be Aphrodite blasting Mavis for quite some time here. Oh, there we go. So she does go down. It's not the last time though. Yeah, so Mavis will go down here. It looks like we did technically take them all out, but it looks like there might have been a cheeky survivor at the end of that. Now, this is the Valiantist team that we've discussed, going up against technically an opposing, well, kind of an opposing Valiantist team. I guess the reason that they're using Odin on this team is so that the corrode damage can kick in. as much as possible. A very good tactic, I would say, because this corrode damage can do a lot of damage. Fortunately, it's not done too much to us at the moment, but we have had all of our attack and defense stolen, so this isn't going to do very much damage. Well, okay, I thought it wasn't going to do very much damage at all, and as you can see, the reflect damage for this team has taken our Leandra out. It is what it is, but Pandora doing what she needs to do, and I think this will proc 5 times before we've even had a chance to do our basic attack. So yeah, Pandora, very, very strong, and the reflect damage is very, very strong with these guys as well. We do end up stunning Emily. That's absolutely fantastic. And then we'll just see how long it does take. So we do get the execution as well, and a lot of reflect damage going back onto us. But our Victoria to do the business, and the execution limit from Hades really kicking in here. Now this team is going to be very, very strong against us. We do have 4 monarchs on the enemy team, and on our team we do have our mystifiers. So our corrode damage is not going to do as much as we might want it to. But we'll see. We'll see. I think the stealing of attack and defense is going to be really, really important, really quite pivotal. I'm just making sure I was recording. I've had stuff like this happen before. It is what it is. So, as you can see, we go straight down. The reason that we go straight down is because of Leviathan. Enemy Leviathan is a really powerful tool. Doesn't seem to work well for me, but it is what it is. Yeah, I've never really seen an enemy unit go down like I've just seen it go down. But again, she's still a very, very powerful unit, and one that seems to work very, very well as well. So Guy has just applied burn to herself here, and again, the reflect back is just too much for our mystifiers. Reflect does trump corrode every single time. We have applied all of this corrode and stunned this back row, so I think it's very, very important for us to note that, and as well we do get the HP increase from enemies, but looks like the corrode damage from ourselves is just too much, and the reflect damage from the enemies kicking in as well here, which is where Tiamat does get to shine a little bit anyway. Effectively, what can happen with Tiamat is the non-crit damage here. So if Victoria was to do non-crit damage, but unfortunately she did get a crit here, which is a real pain. But we do heal it right back up as well. So we get the max HP increase, and also just get one-shotted by Audrey here. Again, Monarchs and Dooms, very, very powerful combination. Somebody I didn't speak about in that last match was Doris. Doris is a really strong unit, really powerful. And the reason for that is because she applies the reflect damage before you cast your attack, or before you cast your ultimate, so can take out enemies before they, once they've taken action, but before they do the damage. Which is a really powerful tool in the Dooms kit. Now, we move into this next team. Enemy team does seem to have Macaria and Vittoria on here, 2 Monarchs, and we do have we have Lee, Pandora, and Talinas as well. But fortunately, we do also apply the attack down, sorry, not attack down, but defense down on enemies, and we are going to be doing additional damage. That's where Kunisagi has just kicked in, and we do see the new unit Jormungand do what she needs to. So Pandora will do her 5 attacks here. Oh no, just the 1 attack, that's fine. And we get the execute as well. If you are wondering why we get the execute, just something to keep in mind. On the Phoenix, in World Arena, Foggy Coliseum and tournament battles, when dealing damage, targets will execute with units lower than 15%, and that goes up to a full 35% if you get it up to 9 stars. But as you can see, we're doing more than enough damage here. We've stolen enemy Vittoria, and now we are protected as well. So any damage done to our units will go straight onto this Victoria here. Vittoria. And we do get the additional attacks. Now, no damage can be done to us throughout this round 2. So even if Pandora were to do 5 ultimates in a row, or 6 ultimates in a row, we're not going to take any damage whatsoever. So here, as you can see, no damage being done to this Vittoria. It is quite a blessing, I would say. So as you can see, no damage being done. Can't proc she can proc herself, but we do get the swing back from Audrey as well. Ultimate wise, and now she's going to pop off and she's going to do her 5 ultimates in a row. But fortunately, we were able to counter that with the Exorcism Cauldron, a very, very powerful tool. And we get the additional damage from Kunasagi, and we get the additional damage from the Thunders as well, or the Thunder synergy from this season. That's why we're able to take Pandora out there. So we move on to our Ethereal's team. The Ethereal's team here looking to get Eudora to do as much damage as she possibly can in this first round. No stun on the enemies in the first round. It's a tactic that I've gone with previously just to help Elisha's passive build up without interruption. Can be a very, very powerful tool, but as it stands at the moment, I think this one is a loss. And the reason I think this one is a loss is because the Doom's synergy on the enemy team as well. So this Lilith has been marked. It just means that she's going to take more damage. We also get some healing back up here from Karnak's passive, which is allowing us to increase our Grace of Hunters very, very quickly. And the Holy Shield is protecting us as well from that reflect damage. But I suspect as soon as that reflect damage does kick in, it's going to be a massacre for us. Now we do take Dahlia out, but enemies are all phantoms effectively. Which can be a real pain sometimes. But you just got to note that the buffs, they don't retain the same buffs as they did previously. When they do come back, they have to start building up from scratch with phantoms, which is one of the drawbacks for them. They may come back quite frequently, but you don't see it nearly as much. Now that was nearly a one-shot from enemy Ayushta here, because she still is a very powerful unit, but we get all healed back up with thanks to Karnak's passive as well. And because our Elisha has already attacked, we don't mind her getting stunned. She is a major damage dealer, but she doesn't need to attack in order to proc her passive, which makes her so strong. Now we do get 2 misses here, unfortunately. And it is what it is. Now I think this one we're going to, we would have gone down, I suspect. We do get Eudora to retaliate back, which will proc the Phantom synergy as well. So just something to keep in mind. When we do take down an enemy, there are no more legitimate targets, which is why Eudora has been able to not effectively die from that attack. Very powerful, but we do have hindrance as well, which is a real shame. We get our, technically, we would have got our attack and HP increases, but again, hindrance has been applied, which means that all of the crits that we got could not apply the max HP. Something, if you want to know about these, this purple here, I believe it is from Sylvan and her full red runes, or it's from Marlena and her full red runes as well. So just something to keep in mind. Oof, that would have been a massive hit had we not had the damage share. And we are basically controlled out this game now, because our biggest hitters, or almost our biggest hitters, have been silenced, and we have the stun on Elisha over here as well. So just something to keep in mind. We do move into the next round though, so we haven't moved into the next round, so we do still have that silence effect on us. Can be very big, especially for Karnak, who needs to do his ultimate attack in order to... so can do his ultimate attack. It will apply an increased rate of crit for us as well. And we're looking to do as much crit damage as possible. And now it seems as though we are just outpacing enemies with Elisha's buff here. So unfortunately, hindrance applied again, which means even though we are critting, we won't get the attack and HP increases. But it looks like we're doing enough to one-shot the enemies as it stands anyway. So we have been able to, or the enemy has been able to stun us for that particular round, but it looks like we're just getting Eudora stunned this round, it seems. So Eudora will get stunned, and then we also have Elisha still stunned at the back. So Whirling Blade, a very powerful tool, especially if you're looking to control the enemies as the enemies are doing to us at the moment. As you can see, silenced a lot of our 2 of our units. We have had Confuse applied, and we also have Elisha and Eudora still stunned as well. So just something to keep in mind, and enemies just keep going back and back for more. But fortunately able to take out the other 2 here with Amaterasu, she's a really powerful unit, very underrated actually. I don't see her used a lot, and lots of crit damage here, so relatively high crit damage. Karnak to do his crits, and also would have applied increased crit rate had we not been hindered by the celestial debuff effect, which is a real pain sometimes. We should, hopefully, so we get stunned here, which is a bit of a shame. But I don't mind it. We do get Karnak to do a couple of crits and increase our max HP and attack as well. Remember, when Karnak does get a crit, he doesn't personally heal the rest of the team. So whenever the rest of the team get a crit, that the entire team does get that healing back as well. So we should stun at least one of them. No, we don't. What a pain. So we don't stun. But we do stun here, which is absolutely fine. We get the attack from Elisha here. And finally, do we take them all out? No. That pesky phantom synergy, a real pain. But Karnak also executing enemies there is very, very good for us indeed. Now we move on to the next one. This is the full Monarch. This is my Avengers and, not Avengers, my Mystifiers and Valianters build. We'll just go ahead and see. Now this is a very meta team, what the enemy is trying to do here. And the reason for it is the burn damage that is applied by Mulan. Goes on to Wukong. Wukong can also swap with the back row as well. And it looks like enemy is running the Cosmic Gourd as well. So looking to get as many crits in as possible from the enemy, and looking to get as many as much burn and as much corrode to be applied to us as well. So lots and lots of different types of damage. So you've got all bases covered effectively. You've got the crit damage from the Pharaoh's sarcophagus. You do have the Cosmic Gourd as well, and burn being applied to our units. So even though we're not taking much damage here, I think that this Talos is a dead man walking with the amount of burn and the amount of corrode that's been applied to him. Now we did hit enemy Mulan, which is why our back row got stunned. So as I said, yeah, it's a real pain sometimes. But yeah, the amount of burn and the amount of corrode, that is what took Talos out of there. Now we do retaliate here, and we do get the execute function from Macaria, because we do have technically three Valianters, so we do get that passive as well for those two. So if either of those two were to hit an enemy that was below, I believe, 20% HP, they'll execute, and also the Phoenix will allow us to execute enemies as well. So unfortunately not low enough there for Mulan. Bear with me. There we go. Sorry about that. Just needed to sort some out with work, but all good. So as you can see, we do stun enemies here. Dullahan applies all of this corrode, and we should remove a debuff from our team here. And I believe what we do is we remove a burn stack. So as you can see, our back row has been completely decimated by burn. Lots of corrode going on that side, but we lose Macaria, who was one of our key pieces in doing as much damage as possible, because whenever she kills an enemy, she will repeat the same action. So a very common theme that we've seen. Fortunately, Astrid here able to do significant amounts of damage, and Dullahan here also able to do significant amounts of damage. Very good pairing, I would say, is the three back row deviants that we've seen. And there we go. So we do get some additional... Whoa, there was a lot of damage on Dullahan. The reason, by the way, the rest of the team don't go down or go straight down because of the burn damage is primarily because of the celestial functions. So the way that it works is that whenever one of our units goes down, you purify all debuffs from your team, and you remove all buffs from the enemy team. If you've got two or more Celestials on the same team, one of your units does go down. That is one way. So as you can see, we've had a corrode and a burn stack removed by the Vanquisher. which is why we're not taking significant portions of damage. And then we do execute enemies as well, and that again is thanks to the Phoenix. So the Immortal Phoenix pet does allow for executions below a certain amount. Now, this team here, we've got our Monarchs against enemy Phantoms. Now, I don't know who is going to win this one. I really don't know who's going to win this one, but I suspect because I've already won 4, the next 2 matches are a loss. And I think part of this is going to be primarily to do with Elma on this back row, but also with enemy Persephone as well. So Persephone here, a real treat actually, and a very strong unit, but doesn't seem to have her legendary runes active, which is a bit of a pain actually. And the Karmic Fire, there we go. So I think the Karmic Fire is the one that's going to do it to us. Nerissa going to apply all of this. Unfortunately, yeah, like I don't know what it is, but enemies seem to have much stronger Doom synergies than I do, even only having 3 Dooms on the team. I don't know, it's weird. Like I've got a team of full 5 Dooms, and enemies don't seem to be taking any damage whatsoever. But we'll see. We'll see. And as you can see here, no stun on our team either, which is a real, not stun, but no healing, which is why we've got the Famine Scales here. And we do get Dahlia to switch as well, get Behemoth to do what she needs to. And again, it's just, so apparently it's all about dodging this season. It always has been. In my opinion, dodge is the strongest mechanic that you can go for. Which is a real pain, actually. The 200% accuracy was a real blessing, I think. Now, Nerissa did go down there because of our reflect damage. That's why she's gone straight down. And now she has had Sanctuary applied. So that's it. So it is Magatama. So this grants allies last word effect. Upon death, summons 1 exploding spirit, dealing 100% damage to all enemies, which is why our Dahlia went down here, because we can't reflect that back to an enemy, unfortunately. An enemy does, enemy Althea seems to have gotten through our reflect damage, but we have executed them, even though we didn't, none of our units technically dealt damage to them. Technically, it was the reflect that's done it as well. So we don't execute enemy Persephone there, real pain. And Nerissa doesn't technically hit any of us, but my Leviathan just doesn't seem to proc. I don't know what it is. I've got her exclusive runes. She doesn't seem to want to proc for me. I don't know. Like, I've seen it where, Nerissa has done hundreds of attacks for my team, and every time she goes down, I don't know. Maybe I've just built a wrong. Who knows? Just gonna reflect though. I mean, shouldn't be nothing too bad about that, to be honest. Last word again kicks in. I am interested to see how we do lose this, because Janna should go straight down. Maybe the Sanctuary. And we do get the attack back and the stun on enemies here. So yeah, maybe it's just the Phantom synergy. And the last word effect, yeah. Killing too many enemies in one go will potentially take us down. But we'll see. So Nerissa here, going to start to pump up. I think as soon as this Nerissa touches us, I think that's it. Gonna. And with so many attacks, that's 3 attacks in one go. But she did hit us and go straight down, so not too sure what that's about. Saw this Karmic Fire potentially. Yeah, so she's gone straight down and revived herself. This is Nissa's half-red runes, by the way, so just something to keep in mind. When Nerissa does die, she does come back up to 4 times by herself. So yeah, unfortunate that Behemoth is the last unit standing, which is a real pain actually. And then Elma here hopefully should finish things off for us. I don't think we need to see any more of this. Yeah, so it looks like round 6. So the next round, we would have had Behemoth down. And then it'll go to 4-4. So enemy using a very competent team here. Eudora, Elisha, you've got Wu, and Bahamut as well as Jormungand for the Monarch synergy on the enemy team. And again, this team here, just one I threw together. I just used the last remaining DD units when building this team 9. Again, not too much thought has gone into it, but we'll see. We'll see. We do have our own Bahamut on the team as well, but we don't seem to have been nerfed, or not nerfed, but we don't seem to have been. Oh, that's why. What a pain. What a pain. Our Seraphina got stolen, and the attack and HP increases, I think, are gonna really do it. So yeah, Ra goes straight down. We do apply Hindrance as well and a Holy Shield, but we do lose 2, and then enemy does proc the Exorcism Cauldron as well. So yeah, lots and lots of Holy Shields going on, lots of crit increases going on, stopped by Hindrance. Such a pain. It really is. Like, it's such a pain, and enemies are going faster than us as well. We do seem to be doing more damage to them, but the misses once again, bit of a pain. Yeah, it's just all about dodging, isn't it? It's like as much dodge as you can possibly get, and then finally, enemy Wu Zetian takes down our team and steals our Chang, our last line of defense, our last line of hope. Then Bahamut should take down Elma here. No. Then is it Jormungand who takes him down? No. She does get her double ultimate, which is a very, very powerful, very, very strong, having that double ultimate. And then Eudora to finish things off for the enemy team as well. Reflect damage did go through, but it went straight on to Bahamut. Now, not Bahamut, sorry, Chang. Now, enemies do have a looks like a relatively strong team with Hela. That is 4 Mystifiers. How many? So they've got the 4/5. So Hela must be taking that Mystifiers synergy, which I think may be a mistake. I think Hela should take the Glorian synergy on the enemy team, but it is what it is. So they're going up against what I consider to be the strongest Avengers team in the game. It is the the Phantom Avengers team with Hecate on here as well. Unfortunately, Hecate, Wing Jung, and Nerissa all stunned, but we do get our max HP to go up as well because one of our minions or one of the strangers has died, and Hecate to go straight down. Yeah, wow. What a real pain. Comes straight back though, so shouldn't be too much of an issue. But we'll see. We'll see. Holy Shield's invincibility has been gained by Hecate as well. Won't be able to proc that again, I don't think, but we'll be able to survive now up until at least round 2. So Nerissa is now stunned and in the middle of the screen for some reason. I don't know. Weird glitches. Enemy to proc their attacks. That is big damage from Hela, but it does, or we do respond with Janet as well, and that does allow Nerissa to proc too. So we do get Nerissa to apply this Karmic Fire. I believe we've got no, we don't have Karmic Fire, sorry, but we do get Nerissa to take down at least enemy Chang as well to stop our team being stolen. But as you can see, the full stun has been applied, but we have applied Fortitude to Hecate, which means that she's going to hopefully survive and do some damage, or do something at least. Wow, that was a lot of damage from enemy Hela, but fortunately only hit Althea, and then now Althea to, not Althea, we have Astrid to hopefully do some business here. And Wing Jung to go straight down. Wing Jung is here primarily for his passive. I don't find him to be a particularly good unit, but I do think his passive is spot on. And what it is, every time we get hit, we will also... flipping heck. Big attack from enemy Dullahan here, but that's where the Phantom synergy comes in very, very strong. And it seems as though, yeah, so that secondary attack from Wing Jung has taken down enemy Astrid, which does allow Nerissa to get one more hit in, and we do get our Holy Shields back as well for additional protection. We get the healing here, which misses out on the most important person we're looking to heal, which is Hecate. It's a bit of a pain. And she hasn't really done altogether too much in this particular matchup because she's been stun locked effectively. So enemies go down here. This will give Nerissa a double attack here. But again, unfortunately, seems though dodge has secured it for the enemy. We do get a double attack here from Wing Jung, and then Janna to finish things off. And Nerissa, again, we just keep missing all the time. What a pain. However, Hecate is now invincible, even though she is stunned. It is what it is. Not too much to be done about that. But every time one of these strangers goes down, by the way, we will also be able to... Oh, what a pain. Every time one of these strangers does go down, we will be able to increase Janna's attack. Every time one of the strangers is summoned, we increase Nerissa's attack. So plenty of attacks here. And then we get the attack back from Hecate as well. And now we get her actual ultimate, so should hopefully finish things off here. So yeah, Janna to put in the work, and then that is just about it. So that was, for anybody who's curious, that was Silent. Oh no, it was CA Mars, sorry, who I went up against, and we had a very good match. But I think that is just about it from me. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you have a great day and hope you've learned something as well.